to African Teapot Podcast. My name is Exie and I'm your host. Journey with me through Africa's vast variety of culture, heritage, and discuss issues most African families face, both home and abroad. Make sure you add this podcast to your frequent podcast rotations, and don't forget to share and follow this podcast. Hello guys, and thank you for tuning in for another episode on African Teapot. Today's episode is a continuation of our topic on dating amongst Africans and dating outside their culture. So this is just a discussion in the kitchen between Borix and I over a couple of sips, and I thought I should keep the conversation just the way we recorded it. I didn't want to do anything to it, so you're going to be hearing a lot of the craziness in the background. Incorporate it into the conversation and laugh about it, or ignore it, however you choose to do it. But hopefully you're all having a wonderful week, and we are just praying that if you're going through a difficult time, let us know. And here on African Teapot, we'll keep you in our prayers, we'll keep you in our thoughts, and we're rooting for each other. Right, guys? And let's get over into the conversation, and hopefully you enjoy.
I really don't know, because I have not been around that many African men in my life.
Borix.
I've been most of my life I've been in this country.
So
okay, from my experience in my personal family, in my dad, mom, my dad does other things sometimes. So
I think they mean it more from a perspective where you have men thinking like a woman can move around their life. It's kind of like the man's life is the structure, and the woman can just mend around whatever is around.
Oh, okay. If that's the case,
I think that's kind of what it's saying. Like sometimes if a husband finds a job somewhere else and they have to move, then the lady just has to move. But when the lady finds a better job and they have to move, you see, it becomes an issue. If a husband gets a job promotion and it requires more hours, it's okay. But if it's a woman, apparently not. It becomes a problem.
Personally, I would prefer the woman to make more money. That's just me.
Are you serious?
Why not?
Can we date? I'm not saying I'm making more than you. That's not what I'm saying.
Right. I've been saying it this whole time.
I'm not saying.
What are you waiting for?
I'm not saying. Because people would say that. No. I was just like, if that's the case.
No.
Anyway.
I would, no. I don't, see, me, I don't mind. See, men that have a problem with that, yeah, I'm sorry, men, but you're weak-minded. If you cannot handle a woman making more money than you, it be like that sometimes.
I think it's still the ego thing.
It's an ego thing, because men feel like they have to be a provider. No, you don't have to.
Like
you don't
they
have
lose
to make
power.
more. You don't have to make more money to be a provider. You don't.
Actually, that's true.
You don't. It's not about who makes more money.
And I think women too, there should be a balance. Like, if you're making more than a guy, it doesn't mean that
don't
you
rub
lose
it
your place.
Yeah, don't rub it in.
I feel like sometimes it's almost like if I'm making more, then I have to be the head. But being the head is not about what you earn.
It's not about how
it's not about what you earn. Yeah, right. Or how loud you speak. Like
because as a woman, you can make millions more than your husband. If you come and break into your house, you know that stand by your husband.
Yeah, and again, it brings us to the point of equality. I'm like, there's a difference between saying we are equal as man and woman, and if we are the same. Sometimes people confuse both of them. I'm like, I am a woman and period. That's it. And you're a guy and that's period. But we are equal. Right. Doesn't mean that we are the same. Doesn't mean that I'm suddenly a guy. Right. And you're suddenly a woman.
But then again, you cannot. I've never been a whole man. It's like comparing apples to oranges. Because they're not the same.
That's what I'm saying. The word "the same" is totally different from saying that we want equal opportunities for things, right? And I think sometimes when women start experiencing a bit of power, or you feel like, oh, I'm earning the same as a man or more, then it's like you are the same. You ought to act like the man.
Right.
No,
you don't.
You can earn more and still be female. Like, there is power in being female. See, you don't have to be a man to show that you guys are equal. And you don't have to be less of a man if you think a woman is equal to you.
But that's just weak-minded.
And I think women too who are insecure about stuff.
Right. I've dated women who make more money than me. That didn't faze me. Yeah, I dated a pharmacist.
Nice.
150K.
Yeah. And you were just there like grooving.
I enjoyed my life.
Nice. Anyways, and one other thing is African men are not romantic. Oryx, do you agree? You guys don't buy flowers, chocolates?
See, it's for me, it's a personal preference.
Right.
I don't buy flowers because I believe the flowers die. What's that?
Right.
I wouldn't want to show you how I feel about you. The flowers you are going to die. No, I will buy you something that would be more. I believe in edible arrangements. It's like get something that you can eat.
Oh, I personally think
it still
like
just has the same sentiment. But
flowers
die.
Sure.
Like if I gave you a flower, no, the relationship would die.
I see.
Right.
I personally think it's a cultural thing. I think it's cultural.
But it is cultural.
I think we are not raised as Africans. I didn't see my dad giving my mom flowers and chocolates and things like that.
I didn't see my dad give my mom chocolate.
Exactly.
But
they have different ways in which to show it.
Exactly.
So I think sometimes when we go to different cultures, we are expecting our men to do stuff like that. But the same way you, the female, are learning that, they can express love to me by giving me, flowers or stuff. It's the same thing that the guys have to learn. But the thing is, when you meet a guy who doesn't want to learn,
that is true.
or you meet a woman who is too into the new culture, that they forget where you guys come from, that's not how you show affection. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
But I think generally men like to be respected and women like to be loved. So the little things go a long way for us. And guys just want a girl to, like you said, rub their ego. And then it's gonna be fine. So are we agreeing that if I rub your ego and then you show me affection by little things, and relationship-wise we won't have too many problems?
What do you mean by rubbing our egos? What are we talking about?
You guys have the ego. You just said it like
right now.
We have like 5 different scenarios where it's about ego.
It's
exactly. So if I don't want to say, but that means if I'm aware. When they say respecting, that means I'm aware that your ego is a bit new to you.
Right? No, it's not.
It doesn't mean I'm robbing it, but I'm aware.
That's true. Just don't belittle a man, and then you're fine.
And we just want you guys to love us and say what it is. And love us is just little things, little thank yous, little you're beautiful, little let's go for dinner, little things.
Baby,
no, the thing is you're saying it to 5 different people at the same time.
We believe in uplifting all women.
So what are you saying? So 5 women is okay?
No, I'm just saying I prefer.
What if I say I also believe in uplifting all men?
Uplift them now.
Really?
Where?
So if someone is dating you right now, you're in a relationship, and she's uplifting 5 other men, you're okay with it?
As long as that's what it is. Let me know. If that's all
exactly. That is what I'm saying. If there is honesty when you meet somebody, then half of the problems we have, they won't have.
But then again, most men, they cannot it's like if you see little kids playing, like a little kid have his toy and then somebody else I don't want it no more. That's not main thing. Like if somebody else touched that woman, no. No,
but I think if you tell, sometimes I also think there is fear. If you tell a girl like, hey, like that's how polygamy works. Yeah, I have a wife, but I'm looking for a second wife, and you tell them the reason. There are girls who agree to date you. Why don't you look for those girls?
For the record,
why look for the ones that?
I'm a one-woman man for the record. Before this gets blown out of proportion, and then people, I'm a one-woman man. Please, ladies, call me.
But I'm saying, if you want everything fair, then we are just saying that there should be honesty in relationships. We should respect men, and men should learn to appreciate and love us women. Period. That's just what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
I agree.
And you think it applies when we go for international dating, that you want to date someone out of your race?
From somebody who has constantly dated out of my culture, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Yeah. And what would you say was one thing that you wish you could change?
About
dating someone from another culture?
No, nothing, honestly. I've had success, so I don't think I'll change it.
Oh yeah? And what is it that you think you would tell your brothers or sisters who are listening?
I would tell the men, keep your ego in check. Don't let your ego ruin
Thank
something
you.
nice for you. Don't let your ego come in between you and your happiness.
Thank you.
That's where a lot of relationship fails, because men don't know how to control their egos.
I think so, and I think culture, value, language, all those things, I think, period, if you're dating someone out of your race, it's always going to be there.
Right.
So if you are trying to date someone out of your race, just know that's going to be it. Because some people go and be like, oh, the language is a problem. Well, what were you thinking?
Right. No,
right?
If you're dead, don't.
Exactly. Like, what were you thinking? That is going to be one of it. So there are certain things that you can't change, and you should accept those things you can't change, and the things that you can change, then you go ahead and try to change them.
Right. I agree.
One woman man indeed.
Yeah, I'm a one woman. Even though I do believe in uplifting our queens.
No, I just think it's honesty, period. You're honest, you say what you want.
If you tell me you want to have this, alright, cool.
Right.
Let me do the same.
So you must do the same?
It's not that I must do the same.
I just think half of the problem is that people are speaking different languages.
Right. No, because sometimes I don't even, I'm a one woman. If you want, okay, that's fine. I'll not put in my head that way. You are for the streets. It's okay.
Okay.
And then when you finish, come on.
So one of the problems you would say is that women sometimes hang on to these relationships because they're thinking that this person is going to change.
That's women's most. That's their weakness. they hope they can change a man. Once a man gets to a certain age, they don't change it.
So he is who he is.
He is who he is.
And that's what we use the proverb or whatever the quote, right? If it's not the life that you want, get out of it. Because I think sometimes that's what's wrong with us African women.
Women want they see some light at the tunnel that I don't know who put the light there. please.
No, potential. That's the word we use. We use potential as the word, and it's not. And sometimes it's like women. It's okay for us to also quit relationships. African women, African Tipa is about African women, so I'm going to specify. African women, sometimes I feel like we wait for the men to say it's over.
Right.
Like in a relationship, he didn't say it's over. I'm like, he asked you and you said yes. So if suddenly it's a no, you can as well tell him like, I don't want it.
Do you know you can now leave direct voice messages to the show, and they may just have a chance to end up on future episodes? All you need to do is follow the voice link on the show notes, and I can't wait to hear from you.
Or whatever. I'm like, you can also say that you don't want to be in a relationship.
Right.
Period. So you're just saying right because you're agreeing?
No, I'm saying that.
Oh, you're saying right because it's like the woman should say it because you want to get out of the relationship anyways.
No. If I want to get out, I'll let you know. Period. And if you want to get out, let me know.
But some guys also don't say it.
Yeah,
linger.
I'll let you know, please. I'm out. Bye. Peace.
Anyways, like we said, so today is there should be honesty in the relationship. Say what you want, right? Don't beat around the bush.
Don't beat around
about it. Men, work on the ego. Women, know that it's about respect for men. Guys, know that the little things for us matter, and maybe we should not lash out too loud because sometimes it's not that big of a deal. Is that what you're saying?
It really isn't. Yeah, too dramatic. Bye.
Anyway, guys, we are going to put a pause and a period, and we'll see you guys next week for another episode.
Remember, call me, ladies, please.
And like I said, on the show notes, we'll have links for you if you want to reach out to Captain Man in Yellow.
That's right.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Thank you for listening, and hope you join me for the next episode. You can always reach us via email at africanteapot@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram at African_teapot.